the Christianity, as it was very well established in Syria, though it was not allowed, the people were giving their lives for their religion. We have one of the main saints. His name is Saint Ephraim, and he was a deacon, and he wrote 3 million hymns as a prayers. So his artwork in poem, because in a poem, or when what the people sing as a hymn, it's a poem. So Saint Ephraim, he's called also the doctor of the church, and he's though he's like Orthodox. I mean, as in Russia they like to say that word, an Orthodox division or part of the Christianity, but he is well recognized as a saint by the Roman Catholic Church. In fact, they recognize him in the year 1920. Some of his hymns, we still use it up to today in our churches in Syria. Another major person in Christian world is Saint Maroon. He was a hermit monk, and his idea, or his followers, now we can say almost all the Lebanese today's Christian living in Lebanon, they follow the Maronite, which is referring to Mar Maroon or Saint Maroon. The word Mar in our language means saint in English, and in fact, this is one of the Mar means the Mister. Mar, Mister, Mary, Maroon, and like this. In the year 2011, he was also recognized, and in fact, he's what I call it, he's like icon on the Vatican. His icon is imparted on the Vatican's wall, on one of the Vatican's wall. So Syria provided a huge work, and of course, if we will talk about Christianity in Syria, we need like maybe 10 lectures. Yes, Christianity was like well established in Syria, but many people will come and ask the question, why we don't have any of those ancient icons? Because twice during the church life, we had what we call it the Byzantine iconoclasm, where the emperor, they took a decision that the icons are not part of the church, and they need to be removed because we are reflecting or making what God makes. In fact, this is part of the Muslims' approach. Like they don't make pictures, they don't draw, they don't have icons. So the icons in the ancient world were under attack for a long time, like started by the year 726 up to 787. It's more than 60 years. And next, the second time was between the year 814 to the year 842, over 30 years. And the majority of the icons, which were on the old churches, were destroyed. I mean, they did not paint them. They destroyed them physically until the Empress Theodora, in agreement with the Pope, and her son, who become the emperor. In the year 843, they stopped the iconoclasm, and up till now, I think the first Sunday of February or the 11th, I can't remember the date exactly. The church, the Orthodox Church, they celebrate that date when the destruction of the icons and the triumph, they call it, of the orthodoxy. So after that date, again, the churches start making icons, leaving some nice artworks for us. So if you see or hear that there is an old icon more, I mean, older than the year 700. So it's like two. It's either a very priceless, well kept icon, or it's a fake. So there is nowhere in the middle. A lot of those icons, the people, they remove them and they hide them well, and they pay their life for that, because the orders by the emperor was to destroy them, whoever protects them, whoever hide them. So the people were giving their lives for that. So any discoveries, I would advise you to go and look and really enjoy those icons. Unfortunately, because of the war on Syria, also the church struggled a lot of losses. Many churches were destroyed. Many icons were destroyed. All the places where the ISIL, the Islamic states of Iraq and Levant went in, all the Al Qaeda fighters, the radical Islamists went in. They destroyed the churches. They painted all the icons by black. They burned the churches. Some of them they destroyed. In fact, in city of Homs, in the center of Syria, the one of the most famous church and icon. It's a huge wall drawing church called Miznar. We believe that the belt of Mother Mary was kept into that church. That's how it get its name, Miznar, so that's the mother of the belt. Christianity in Syria still struggle a lot by the radicals. Here also, I want you to bear attention to the icons. If you look to those icons, what grabs your eyes? What do they have in common? If anybody has an answer, please. I'll have some water.
They all have crowns.
It's not crowns. That's the holy. I don't know the name. This like reflects like the lights. And one of the issues. Thank you for answering. Thank you very much for answering. All those icons, they don't have shades. Like if you look to Santa Barbara here, and it's not Heliopolis, it's Heliopolis. Okay, it's written wrongly here. Heliopolis, which is in Greece. Heliopolis is in Egypt. And in fact, we celebrate her anniversary. It's not her birthday. In fact, when she was beheaded, and she was beheaded by her father, because she believed in Jesus. We celebrate her day in December and the Christmas feast. What you see in all those icons, look to their eyes. The eyes are not what we have in the other artworks. The other artworks, the eyes are like shining, hungry, aggressive. Even the old kings, they had big eyes to reflect. Here, all their eyes, they are humble. They are, I wouldn't say tired, because those people, as we understand, they like rejected all the earthly life and happiness, and they are enjoying being in union with the Lord, with God. So their eyes, they are not hungry eyes. They are not aggressive. So some of the new artworks, when they make like drawings, pictures, or what you call icons, look into the eyes of those. If it reflects the inner peace, that's what's those holy people. That's their, I wouldn't say target in life, but that's their goal, to have the peace together with the Lord. And here in this picture, we have, Saint Isaac, the Syrian. And in fact, there is a book in English language, the teaching of Isaac the Syrian, and I advise you to read it. Uh, I'm not asking you to become Christian. I'm not propaganding the Christianity. What I want you to hear and to look into the mind of like a Syrian monk who lived more than 1500 years ago, how he uh, behaved, how he saw the life, how he sees the life, and how he taught his followers and students to become. And it's wonderful. Really, you will get an inner peace when reading that book. I really advise you. Do your research. It's called the translation of the teaching of Isaac the Syrian. And as we are talking about Christianity in Syria, we cannot not to stop at Saint Hananiah's chapel. So for you who are Christians or read the Bible, the New Testament, Shaul, that's his name. He went to Damascus to kill Christians, to convince the king or the leader of the city to kill the Christians. Jesus appeared to him on the road, and he was blinded, and he went to Damascus again. Jesus appeared to him in a dream and took him to Hananiah's chapel, where he returned his vision, and he became Saint Paul. He changed his name to Saint Paul. He's not Shaul anymore. He became Saint Paul. And when the Jewish in Jerusalem knew that he converted to Christianity, they sent someone to kill him. And he was saved by his followers or the people with him by dropping him in a basket above the wall of the city. And that location where they dropped him over the wall, we have a church, and that is my church. So what you read in the Bible about the place where Saint Paul was dropped over the wall, I was standing there Saint Hananias Chapel is in the old part of Damascus, where we walk almost 4 or 5 times a week through near that place. And of course, we visit that place very often for prayer. And as you can see, it is like an underground. By the way, it's not a church; it's like small chapel under the ground. We go there, and really you feel like the need for an inner peace, and you can pray from the deep of your heart. As I mentioned, a lot of issues about Christianity, but Christianity is not the only thing in Syria. In Damascus, we have a few mosques like this one. We call it the Sayyida Raqiya, that Raqiya, the daughter of Hussein. Hussein is the son of cousin of the Prophet Muhammad, Ali. So they are to the Shiite division of Islam, because you know Islam they are into main two divisions, Sunnit and Shiite. So the house of Ali, the cousin of the Prophet Muhammad, they are the main interest for the Shiite people. So this we call the mosque of Raqiya bint al-Hussein, the daughter of Hussein, and that's her. It's her cemetery, her like lay place for her. Another place called Sayedzainab. Sayedzainab is the daughter of Ali and Fatima. Fatima is the daughter of the Prophet Muhammad, and her place is one of the most important religious visiting place in Syria, especially for the Shiite. Millions of Shiite every year visit uh, the mosque. I mean, it's not a mosque. It's where she's buried. There is another place called Sayyida Zainab, but it's not the granddaughter of the Prophet Muhammad. Is buried in Egypt. She's the daughter of one of the Imam, who's like the fourth generation of this one. So, like this, we've touched part of the religion. I did not talk about other religious places like Sednaya, where we have one of the original icons drawn by Saint Luke, the apostle of Jesus. It kept in very important like conventry in Syria, Sednaya, and a lot of miracles to that place. I believe maybe we will do another like lecture about those places.